And my screen share just went off.
Hey everyone, we're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to let a few people log on and then we'll get the session started. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Horn. I am the Associate Director for Orientation and Student Onboarding here at Bentley, and we are so excited to have you joining us today for our Falcon live chat on new student technology resources and academic technology. For this session, we will be recording. So if you are watching our recording and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the email addresses shared throughout this presentation. We do also have a student joining us today, so I'm going to hand it over to our student coordinator to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mia Spencer. I'm an incoming junior, and I'm really excited to be working with the orientation program to help you guys ease your transition from high school into college and to be a friendly face around campus.
All right, and now I'm going to hand it over to Fred Backhoffner, who is the manager for our IT help desk, to start our presentation on new student technology and resources.
Good afternoon. As Caroline may have mentioned, my name is Fred Backhoffner, manager of the IT help desk at Bentley. For those of you on the East Coast, good afternoon. And those of you in other time zones, either good morning or a good evening to you. So today, as a portion of the IT presentation, I'm going to give you a lot of tidbits and a demonstration on the applications that students use at Bentley in IT, and as well as the services we provide at Bentley. A lot of services that are provided, we would just want to make students aware of those. And then when I'm done, a couple of my colleagues from IT, from our academic technology department, as well as a cybersecurity department, will be giving some of their applications and some tidbits as well. So at this point, I'm going to get rolling here and talk about, as I've mentioned, the applications, how to get help. Just to follow up a little bit on that laptop computer email that everybody's received a couple of times. Believe it or not, we are getting very close to creeping up on August, which means we're looking forward to seeing you all in about a month on campus. So exciting times coming for all of us. So every student at Bentley has access to the applications here on My Bentley. And I'm going to go through all of those a little later in the presentation. I'm going to log into several of them just to give you a quick look and feel. Maybe somebody of you who have already logged in to, of course, Office 365, and I know Workday by now. But a little bit later, I'm going to go through the logging in just to give you a look and feel. So once you get here, you're a little more comfortable with them. In My Bentley, an important place to be. There's always announcements put up here if there's an application change or if something's coming up that you want to be aware of. The general links to all apps. A lot of you may use Zoom somewhere else. Maybe you have had an account on BrightSpace at one point or logged in somewhere else. You always want to be using the links on this page because sometimes it's like, I already have Zoom, I use it, I can log in there. You want to use these links because these connect you to the Bentley services directly. The configuration may be a little different and your needs may be different at Bentley than using a generic Zoom. So you want to be sure you're logging in with the links on this page. And also there's a lot of handy dandy quick links over here, to submit a work order for your room, to request space on campus if you need it, and just some, self-explanatory items over here to your left. So the first system I'm going to talk about is Workday. This is the system at Bentley that contains your official academic record, your personal information, and as part of your academic record, the courses you're taking. And you will be next week with academic services, you'll be registering for your classes. And each semester you do register for the following semester. So that's done through Workday and with the help of another application that's tied to Workday. Of course, your grades go into Workday, and as you progress through Bentley, it contains the information to be sure that you've completed all your academic courses and needs to lead to graduation. So My Bentley is the focal point for getting to any application. And students, there's a set of job aids on the website for students to use Workday to do the common tasks in Workday. Whether that's registering for a class, whether that's adding a family member or a parent as a guest to the account, whether that's paying a bill. Families, parents, legal guardians of a student can request guest access, but the Bentley student would have to grant that. The Bentley student would grant that to the person they want to have as a guest, whether that's to pay a bill and have third-party access. Grades are not available to people with third-party access, just to let you know that. So that's Workday. I'm going to demo this again, like a few of the applications I talked about at the My Bentley screen. I'll demo a few of these later in the presentation. So every student, while they're enrolled at Bentley, has access to a Bentley email account and Office 365. Okay. And the applications contained within Office 365, Microsoft Outlook email, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft Teams. When a person logs into Office 365, by now you've all opened up your Bentley email. You're getting familiar with that. And a little bit later, I'll be talking about, show you where to download the applications from Office 365 onto your computer. When you log into it from the Bentley website, you're on the web version of it, the online version of it. But you can also download each application locally to your computer at Bentley. Each Bentley student has access to OneDrive. Through your Bentley email, you have a personal private cloud storage under Bentley University OneDrive. This is for you to store your personal documents, files, and only you have access to this. This is only open to you through your Bentley email account. So it's secured, it's also backed up. Just a reminder, we strongly suggest you use Bentley University OneDrive because if there's an instance where your computer was lost or, an external hard drive were lost, you don't want to lose your data. So very, very good tool that all students have access to. There's 1 terabyte of storage on this. Microsoft Teams, if you want to share documents, if few of your friends are taking a class together and you want to collaborate and share class projects, or if you're in a student organization and want to share data, and Teams can do video conferencing, and you can set up certain channels. Say there's 5 people in a group and you want 2 people to have access to some part of the team, but not all of it. You can set up channels. So a lot of good stuff available there. And the Bentley email and Office 365 is available through your entire career at Bentley as a student and does expire 6 months after graduation. Upon graduation, the Bentley Alumni Email Office will reach out to you so you can request a Bentley alumni email account to use after graduation. Okay, so services that are available for all students that are on campus. Of course, Wi-Fi. There are a few Wi-Fis on campus. The one as a student that you're using is Eduroam. That is a secure Wi-Fi. It's accessed with your Bentley email address and your password. For your guests coming on campus, there's a Wi-Fi called Bentley Guest. As a student, you do not and should never share your Bentley password with anyone. This means your closest friends, your family. So when they're on campus, they should be using Bentley Guest, but you would use Eduroam. And there's also another Wi-Fi B device. This is for your smart devices, Fire Stick, smart TVs, smart light bulbs, and you would register those through your Bentley username under B device. Okay. So active wired ports are not available on campus. So if you were to bring a computer, laptop, desktop, you would need to have a Wi-Fi card in that. You may see some older ports still lingering on the walls around campus. Those are not active. Okay, so just a reminder that you use Wi-Fi for everything at Bentley. Also in the dorm rooms is every student, if you're a residential student and while you're on campus, you have access to Xfinity. You'd want to log on to Xfinity on campus.com, search for Bentley University, and then you would enter your Bentley email address and your password. So the coax cables are not active in the dorms. So everybody living on campus and while you're on campus, you can get access to the Xfinity. And of course, if you find cell service may be a little spotty here and there, always be sure that you have Wi-Fi calling enabled on your cell phone. Okay, a lot of people wonder about printing. It is not necessary to bring a printer to campus. There is plenty of printing available on campus for students. How this works is every student gets money added to their ID card of $40 for print funds. This is solely dedicated to print funds. The print funds are added at the beginning of each semester and they are zeroed out at the end of the semester, and then you get a fresh $40 at the start of the semester. In the years I've been at Bentley, I think I've seen 2 handfuls, and I say that seriously. I don't think I see more than 15 to 20 people go adding more money on for printing. So that 40 is generally well sufficient for what you need. So there's printers all over the campus. There's several in the library. Student Center's got a couple, and some of the academic buildings have printers available. So if you want to get the printer set up on your computer, the printer drivers are called Falcon for the black and white printers, Falcon Color, and there's also an additional color printer in the Student Center as well. That's called Falcon Canon Color. So what I'm going to talk about in a few minutes is the Bentley IT support site. That's called Bentley Support Central. We have hundreds and hundreds of knowledge base articles, but you could search the knowledge base articles and say, put in Falcon printing, and it'll give you instructions on how to install the print driver on your computer. You also, as I was mentioning earlier, for Wi-Fi, you do need to be connected to the Eduroam Wi-Fi network to do printing. So that's just a good bit about printing on campus, not necessary, as I was mentioning, to bring one to campus. Okay, so BrightSpace, the learning management system used by faculty for courses. Again, the login is under your My Bentley site, and as faculty will make the site active. Announcements, assignments, quizzes, tests, readings, material is added here. And Gaurav Shah, the director of our Academic Technology Center, is going to give you a whole in-depth, great presentation about this a little bit later when I'm finished. All Bentley students have access to Zoom online video conferencing. If you're doing collaboration with others, you could access through My Bentley, or the link is right here as well. It's bentley.zoom.us, and that's what I was referring to earlier. Any link you use for an application, go to the My Bentley page and get to it from there. And as always, you would sign in with your Bentley email address and password. Your Bentley email address and password is used 95% of the time for everything. And there's two little caveats that I'll get to later about that. But just think, Bentley email address and password is what you use to access anything. As with your computer, we always recommend people always restart your computer. The same with Zoom. Open Zoom up. If you know you have a meeting coming up in Zoom in a day, open up Zoom, run your updates prior to the meeting. Always good to open it a couple times a week just to get updates run. Check your audio and video, of course, before the meeting, just to be sure you're ready to roll, especially if you have a meeting with a professor. You don't want to be late. Work orders. If you live on campus and there's an issue in your dorm with heating or cooling or carpentry or your door lock or something, you would go to My Bentley. And this is one exception. You would submit a work order under the quick link panel and you put your Bentley ID number in. That submits a work order to our facilities department and they can address your carpentry needs. If it's an IT issue, that goes through our service portal. That doesn't go through facilities. So, and I'm going to talk to you about that service portal momentarily. Okay. So I want to talk about the support that's here for you as a student. And I'm going to demo this in a few minutes as well. But through My Bentley, you go onto My Bentley, you see ServiceNow. This little, I'll say hunter green icon with a white background, ServiceNow. That is the application behind the Bentley Support Central IT site. ServiceNow is the company that we use their software, but Bentley Support Central is where you'll be going if you need help, have questions. So like everything, you go into my.bentley, and then you would click on ServiceNow. And then you log in with your email address and password. And then when you see the search bar under, hello, your name, how can we help? There's the white search bar. You can type in what you need right there. As I was mentioning a few minutes ago, printing. If you have an issue with Wi-Fi, Office, different things like that. We have about 600 knowledge base articles out there for you to peruse and get help. And then below, we always list any announcements. If there's any issues going on with an application, we would be putting them here. We don't hope this happens, but if something's out, something's unavailable, we're going to put that announcement in here on the service portal, Bentley Support Central, so you'll see it. So if a few of your friends are having issues, check here, and it's going to tell you as soon as we find out. We're just confirming, and we get this information updated as fast as we can. And there's also, as a student at Bentley, you'll get a handful of emails about IT changes, IT outages. We do maintenance usually the third Sunday of the month, depending, early in the morning, 6 to noon. So a couple of applications may be unavailable during that time. So we try to schedule those early Sunday morning to avoid any unexpected downtime. And again, that would show up in the service portal, as well as you'll be receiving an email from the help desk letting you know that. So email is very important to be reading your email, so you get information from your professors, from administration, or about any things that may be coming down the line. Of course, you can always visit the help desk too. We're located, as you look at my Zoom background, the library building with that clock tower. The IT help desk is in the bottom floor of the library. You can visit us by going into the main entrance of the library, coming downstairs. But we're also accessible through our side entrance to the help desk. If you're on upper campus, there's a lot of the academic buildings, which is where you'll be having all your classes. Jennison Hall, next to it at Jennison, there's a side entrance to the library. On the left panel there, you see the side entrance. And then the inside of the help desk. We're open 7:30 in the morning during the week until 8 p.m. Fridays, we do close at 5. And we are open Saturdays during the academic year as well. And then we're also open on Sunday. You know, between semesters, holidays, we are closed on, I know, on the weekends, but we have somebody available pretty much early morning till into the evening to, you know, support everybody with their classes. So come visit us. If you have questions, concerns, if you are on the service portal, feel free to use that as well. But if you're not getting what you need, or if you need to have your laptop physically looked at, come up and pay us a visit. We're staffed by both full-time and a lot of student staff. You know, while you're at Bentley, it's a great place to get a job. We are about 20, 25 student staff work at the help desk, and we're here to troubleshoot issues on your laptop. And if you have to take your laptop in, we can take care of that as well. We have a vendor on campus that does the repair. If you forgot your laptop at home or something was going on and you forgot to bring it, we're happy to loan you one for 3 hours if you want to pop into the help desk, as well as a power cord for your laptop if you forgot it, or a phone charger. If you forgot your phone charger, you're welcome to borrow one for 3 hours from the help desk. Okay, so come pay us a visit. Everybody at this point has received 2 to 3 emails about purchasing a laptop through our vendor, Micros Northeast. We strongly suggest that you have a Windows laptop for use at Bentley for some of the business applications that are used. We also have a virtual site for software as well. And as I was mentioning at the help desk, our vendor Micros Northeast, from whom you would have purchased the computer through, if there's a hardware issue with your machine, just a reminder, you have a 4-year warranty on that machine that was purchased in the cost of the machine. So you are entitled to warranty service on that machine. And the machines you purchase through Micros also have accidental damage protection. If you spill something, drop something on it, crack the screen, that is covered. That is covered as well. And if you have a computer that you didn't purchase through Micros Northeast, and it's an enterprise computer, and it has warranty, they may be able to assist you in getting it repaired as well, depending on what your warranty is with your manufacturer. And if you don't have a warranty on a personal machine, usually they can order a part for you and charge you for that part and get it fixed here at Bentley. If you buy the machine through Micros Northeast and it does need to be taken in for repair, you can have a loaner computer while that's in for the duration of the repair. So we try to get them parts ordered, get them fixed as quickly as possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move on and give you a quick demo of some of the applications that I was talking about a few minutes ago. Okay, so we're back to my my.bentley.edu screen that I've probably mentioned 25 times already. So let me just log into Office 365, and that's gonna, let me just be sure we have a person to log into. Okay. So you're going to be logging in to Office 365 from that Bentley screen, my Bentley screen, with your Bentley email address and your password. Okay. So now we see Flex Falcon's Office 365 page. So a couple things here. Outlook, sitting on this Outlook icon, it's the envelope with the O, and I'm going to open up my email if I'm Flex Falcon. And there's my email. Okay. So again, that was your Outlook email. Now, if I want to see that OneDrive that I was talking about earlier, This is only accessible to you under your Bentley email address and password. No one else can access this. So this is your OneDrive. Okay, I want to go to my files. And there's my files. Okay, and you can make folders and everything in here as you choose. And again, you can access this anywhere. You don't have to be on campus. You can be abroad, as long as you're accessing my.bentley.edu and clicking on Office 365 and then logging in with your Bentley email address and password. So if I go back here, you have Outlook that I was just talking about, your Bentley OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, okay, Microsoft Teams. And then if I'm going to go back to the main screen, what you can do if you want, most people do this. So right now I was in the online version via a browser. If you want to put a local copy of Office 365, your Outlook email, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, put a local copy on your computer, you would log in as I did and go to Install Apps and then click Office 365. What that will do is put a local copy of everything on your actual computer. And as a student at Bentley, you have access through this login to install it up to on 5 devices. Okay, so that's Office 365. I'm going to go back out to my Bentley, and we'll go into Workday. Again, we're going to log in with your password. And most importantly, when you're on campus, Workday is going to prompt you for Microsoft multi-factor authentication, because inside Workday, you have a lot of information that is secure information. So it's going to ask you for a second security pass. Okay. Okay, so here's your Workday landing page. And again, inside Workday, you can see how to pay a bill, view your bill, your information as a student, your ID number, and your contact information. As a student, you should always have your contact information be your mobile phone. Be sure it's not your parents' legal guardians, because if there's something where Bentley needs to contact you, they want to be calling you. We don't want to scare your parents or your family if it's something that's not an emergency. And you just want to be sure you go in here to your contact and edit your information. And of course, your academic information is in here as well, the classes you're taking. You use this as a tool to register as well. And I just want to spend some time on our service portal as well. As I was talking earlier, any information, any questions you have about IT as we wait for this to load will be available here. Okay, so Flex Falcon. I want to see printing. And up comes the knowledge base article on how to print. Okay. I'm going to go back to our IT screen. There's a whole menu system here if you want to get information, whether you're a Bentley student, faculty, staff, of course, but this is our landing menu as well. And as I was mentioning a few minutes ago, announcements would go in here as well. Any outages that are going on, if that were to happen. Some quick links down here. Your tickets will show over here, which you have open. Okay, so if you want to go to the IT page, again, here's your knowledge base article page again. Okay, so I'm going to go home to the Bentley, click on that Bentley icon, it brings me back to the main screen. So again, to get to our service support site, this is called Bentley Support Central. You're going to go to the main screen, go to ServiceNow. And here we are again. Okay. Work order entry as well is in for us here. And BrightSpace, Gaurav is going to be talking about that in a couple of seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, if you want to just take a quick screenshot of this presentation is going to be shared through Student Affairs, but if you'd like to take a picture of this with your cell phone, so you can have our email address, our website as well, feel free to email us or call us, and we will certainly respond to you during open hours. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at Bentley come August. Right now, I am going to turn the presentation over to Gaurav Shah, Director of Academic Technology, to give you a great presentation on the learning management system BrightSpace.
Thank you, Fred, and hello, everyone. And thank you for joining us. I will be talking about Bentley's digital learning environment and show you what this environment looks like. Before I get into the details, I want to share with you what a digital learning environment means and how it's going to impact in what you do at Bentley. This is an environment that you will be using almost every day to access your course materials. So the professors at Bentley will generally post their syllabus, which will have information about the course, about the learning objectives, how your course will be graded. In addition to that, they will also have a schedule of the different topics they're going to cover, and the assignments and quizzes and exams and things like that will also be posted on this environment. Faculty will also post their slides if they're using any slides in the class, or if there are any reading assignments. All of that information will be posted on this environment. To access assessments, so any assignments that faculty are posting on their environment will be available for you. If there are any quizzes or tests or exams or discussions that you need to participate in, will also be accessible through this environment. Next is your grades. So as professors give you grades for those individual assignments, you will be able to access the feedback from them, as well as the actual grade you've received for those individual assignments. And finally, here at Bentley, we use a lot of media in our courses, from course recordings. If faculty choose to record a class, you will be able to watch them in your course. And sometimes faculty will also ask you to do your assignments using videos. And again, you will be using this environment for uploading your videos. So this is your one-stop shop for everything you are doing in your courses, accessing your materials to assignments, to grades, and to media. At Bentley, this is brand new. We just launched a brand new digital learning environment. It's called D2L BrightSpace. We have been piloting this over the spring semester, over the summer. Many of our courses are using it. And for the first time this fall, all our courses will be offered on this BrightSpace learning environment. I also want to remind you that this platform has a mobile app. It is called Pulse. It is available on iOS and Android devices, and it's super helpful and allows you to quickly receive alerts from announcements that your professor makes on the site, as well as checking your grades and many other information. So I highly recommend downloading this app on your cell phone. So let me give you a quick demo of what this platform looks like and what to expect as you start looking at this environment. So when you first log in, as Fred was mentioning, he was giving you a couple of examples or a couple of ways of getting to BrightSpace. But once you're logged into BrightSpace, you will be greeted with this BrightSpace homepage. This is your dashboard for everything you want to access in terms of your course content. Up at the top is the BrightSpace Bentley logo. At any point, if you are inside a course site or you feel you're lost, you don't know where you are, and you want to come back to this page, click on this logo and you'll be brought back to this homepage over here. On the right is this course selector icon, or I call it the waffle icon. Click on it. It will give you access to all the courses that you are part of and that are available for you to access. Given that you're just starting, you will only see a few courses, unlike the list I have. But as the list grows, you can pin these courses so they are available at the top and you don't have to keep looking for them. To the right under your name, when you click on your name, there is one link that I want to point out, which is notifications. You want to make sure that some of your notifications are turned on so that if a professor makes an announcement in your course, you will get an alert via an email about that announcement. If there are any assignments in there, especially when there are due dates for assignments, you want to get a reminder for an assignment, you should make sure that these check marks are put in under the email column. Then at the top, we have a few quick links for you to have access to. So under Learning Resources, you will see a link to our academic policies, a link to our learning labs and centers like the trading room, and some other study skills coach that is available to you as a resource. We have a link to the Bentley library and My Bentley as well right over here. Down here is another quick view and quick access to all your courses that you're taking every semester. Again, given this will be your first semester, you will only see one tab, which will be fall 2023, and you will see the courses that you are enrolled in. You will see them over here. If a course is grayed out and you are not able to click on it, that means the professor has not yet made the course available, and you won't have access to it just yet. By default, all courses automatically turn on a week before the start of the semester. So by that time, you will have access to your course and will be able to get into your course. On the right-hand side is a quick help page guide. So if you want to click on our knowledge base to access articles on how to use BrightSpace, you can do that, or give us a call or send an email to the help desk if you need any assistance with BrightSpace. This is a widget that we have here called Work to Do. So all the assignments that have a due date amongst all other courses, they will be aggregated over here, and you can quickly click on an assignment to get to that, and you'll be able to complete your assignment that way. I'm going to jump into a course to just give you a quick overview of what a course view looks like. So I'll go into this Getting Started with BrightSpace course. The information at the top page remains the same. So you still have the logo, your name, and everything, except you will now see the name of the course you're in right now. You will also see a new navigation bar that is specific to your course. This navigation bar is going to be exactly the same navigation bar across all your courses. So that will remain the same. Down here, if there are any announcements from your faculty, you will see them over here. Again, there's the Work to Do widget. Now, this is specific to this course, what assignments needs to be done in this course. On the right is a quick way to get to your content. So course information and modules. I'll click on course information. This will give you some more information about the course, including your professor. So you'll see this is a generic page, but you'll see your professor's information, including the syllabus, which is also posted over here. Under modules is where you will find most of your content. You will see this organized differently from professor to professor. Some will have the actual topic, some will have weeks, but if you click on them, you will get more information on each of those topics that your professor is talking about. So for example, if there are any readings for that specific topic, you will see a list of those readings. If there's an assignment associated with it, you will see a link to that assignment. And if there's videos, you'll be able to click on them and quickly be able to watch those videos right over here. This content tab at the top also will bring you to the same information on the left-hand side. So just something to know that there are a couple of ways to get to your content. Activities, you will be able to go to your assignments dashboard. This is where you will see all the assignments that the professor has for your course. You will also see due dates for these assignments, if there is any, and you can see which assignments you've completed and which ones you've not submitted. As the professor starts giving you feedback and grades, you will see them over here, and you can also click on the feedback here to get to the feedback given by your professor. Similarly, if there are any quizzes or discussions you need to be part of, you can click on those over here and get to those items from here. Then you have the grade section. The grade section will give you a list of all your grades for all the different assignments you have, including a letter grade, if your professor has enabled it. And if you have a grade, again, the grade comes here. Here's the feedback. And if there was any other inline feedback, you will be able to click on it and get to that feedback from here. So that is your grading tool. And this is how you access all your grades within that course. And finally, there's a course tools menu where you can, again, go back and look at your announcements. You can look at your class list to see who else is in the class with you. If there are any groups in the class, you can access the groups that you are assigned to right over here. And there's a couple of other tools depending on your professor. Some might use the quickly attendance tool to take attendance. And this is how you get to that tool over here. And at any point, you want to go back to the main homepage of this course. You can either click on this link here at the top, or you can click on course home, and you'll be brought back to this BrightSpace course homepage. I'll stop here. Thank you again for joining us. And David will now come in and talk about cybersecurity.
Yes, thank you, Gaurav. Going to share my screen. Yes, so my name's David Norman. I'm the Chief Information Security Officer at Bentley University, and I kind of head up the cybersecurity program here at Bentley. And I just wanted to talk to you a few minutes about the program, what we do, and how you can keep your information secure while you're here. So our team is really responsible for keeping your information secure. You in your applications to Bentley, you obviously give us a lot of your information that is kind of personal to you, and we do our utmost to kind of keep that secure. But while you're also at Bentley, you will be bringing your in a few weeks you'll be bringing your phones, your tablets and your laptops to Bentley and connecting to our network. And part of our job is to make sure that that's secure, and that you're secure, and that you are kind of protected as much as possible from external kind of malicious cybersecurity attacks. And while we do I think we do a really good job in protecting your Bentley email and trying to filter out all the thousands of spam and junk and solicitations. There is always, stepping back a minute, there is always a kind of wider picture. So I just took these examples from the Federal Trade Commission. They have a website where people can report fraud, and last year in 2022, there were 5.3 million reports of fraud and about $8.8 million lost to fraud. And most fraud now is really online at this point, and quite a lot of it happens through social media, through websites, through payment apps. And the impact to you is, this is your data that you have in these different environments, your personal information. You may have a Snapchat account, an Instagram account, a TikTok account, and you obviously are responsible for keeping those secure. We will try to keep your email and your Bentley application secure, but some of these will always get through. I have a daughter who just completed her first year at university in college. And so I asked her, I said, well, what kind of solicitations did you get through your university email? And she said, well, I got a lot of sort of too good to be true offers about being able to do an internship or be a research assistant for $500 a week or $1,000 a week. And she said, I got very excited about those, except when I looked more closely, I realized that that email that was supposedly came from one of my professors actually had a different email address from outside the university, and there were spelling mistakes in the email. And so, she realized that no, this was not likely to be a real offer. But that's kind of an example of the sort of thing that we try to eliminate, and we do a lot, but some of these things still get through. So it's important for you to sort of keep aware of these things. the other reason why cybersecurity might matter to you is that, in 4 or 5 years, you'll be graduating from Bentley, you'll be going to work in a company or an organization, and that organization will be subject to many, many cybersecurity attacks. Probably a lot of you've heard of ransomware, and, where attackers will go and basically try to hide companies' data, encrypt companies' data, and ask for a ransom for them to unencrypt it. And these are the kind of things that you as a worker in any of these companies would be kind of on the front line for, because cybersecurity awareness and awareness of security really has to be something that is company-wide. You don't want to be the person that clicks on something that then basically allows an attacker to get inside your company and to defraud your company. So there's a lot of good reasons to think about cybersecurity over the next few years. So what can you do while you're at Bentley, certainly, or even outside of Bentley? Just be conscious of using longer passwords or passphrases. There is a link I'll show you later where you can log into our cybersecurity website to show you what our password policy is. Use a multi-factor authentication, and by multi-factor authentication, I mean those another way for you, apart from your password, for you to be recognized and you to log into an application. So quite often that's in the form of a text message that comes to you and with a code, and then you put the code in, and that's just another way to help secure your login to a system. We recommend that you use Microsoft's authentication app because it really provides that extra level of security. And as Fred showed you when he logged into Workday, for example, it provides you with a code that you then have to enter into your phone to make sure that that person logging into Workday is really you. Be aware of too good to be true offers, whether those are coming through Bentley email or quite often or more likely coming through your TikTok, your Instagram, your Snapchat or other channels. And, always be careful what you post on social media, because social media, is obviously not only as secure as you make it, and you should really, make sure that you think, especially when you get solicitations on social media. So while you're at Bentley, we try to do a lot to help, develop awareness. Part of our job is to kind of raise people's awareness around different cybersecurity threats, both personally and to the organization. And we do an annual training for faculty, staff, and students with raffles and prizes for those who complete the training. In October, which is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, we will have several events, talks, or quizzes, or other awareness-raising activities. And we also do regular phishing exercises. So fake phishing exercises, basically to just raise awareness between staff, faculty, and student of potential threats, and to let people know. And we also let people know when there is a particularly kind of a good example of a threat that got through our defenses. So we're here. While you're at Bentley, we're certainly here. You can report cybersecurity threats to us at our cybersecurity.bentley.edu site. Phishing emails, you can forward any phishing emails you get to fishbowl@bentley.edu. And then you can also go to our cybersecurity website, and that will provide you a lot more information about how to, keep your application secure, about passwords, security, and so on. So that's just a brief introduction to cybersecurity at Bentley. I really look forward to seeing you all when you come here in a few weeks, and working with you over the next few years. I think now, I believe I'm the last presenter, so and we have some time for Q&A, questions and answers. So I am going to stop sharing and allow you to ask any questions that you have to the presenters. Thank you.
In case anyone is wondering how to be able to ask questions right now, you can do so by using the chat feature that's available in the Zoom. So there's a chat feature and you can post your questions in there, and then we will verbally repeat the question and then provide the answer of anything at all that you might have questions about that we can assist with today.
I think if you have questions, actually use the Q&A session. That's the one you want to use. The chat's disabled, so make sure you use the Q&A feature to send us your questions.
Yes, this session will be posted up onto our Welcome Falcons YouTube channel, so our Bentley Orientation YouTube, and it will get posted probably tomorrow, and you can access all of the Falcon live chats from the summer on that platform. So we do record and post for all participants to view at a later time. All right, so we know we went over a lot of information today. So if any other questions come up as you're thinking about what you've heard during the session, feel free to reach out to our campus partners that presented today. If you have any questions about the orientation program, feel free to reach out to GA Orientation and we can answer those questions for you as well. Our Falcon Live Chat series continues tomorrow, so look on our website to access more of those Falcon Live chats. We also post the schedule on our Welcome Falcons Instagram, so you can access all the registration links there. Thank you again for all of our panelists today for taking the time to present about academic technology at Bentley, and we hope that you have a great day.